Hey, what's up everyone and welcome to Daily Code Buffer. In this video, we are going to see what is Skaffold and how we can use Skaffold in our workflow to build and deploy Kubernetes applications. So let's get started. So what is Skaffold? Skaffold is a tool developed by Google for building and deploying applications to Kubernetes. It helps developers to focus on their main application rather than worrying about all the nitty-gritty about deploying and building applications for Kubernetes. So let's see how we can leverage Skaffold in our Kubernetes workflow while building applications in Spring Boot. So what we need in our system is that Kubernetes should be installed in our system, and if you are using in a local environment only, then you can install Minikube as well. I have created a video for that, how to install Minikube and kubectl in your system. Check that out in the description below, or you can check the card as well over here. Once Minikube and kubectl is installed, you have to install Skaffold also. Just go to the browser, and if you search for Skaffold, okay, you will be just redirected to this website skaffold.dev. and if you see over here, get Skaffold over here, then you can see you have different options to install Skaffold in your system: Linux, Mac OS, Windows. As I'm using Windows, just go to Windows section and I have installed Skaffold using the chocolatey over here. If you are using Linux, then you can go to Linux and you can download here. If you are using Mac OS, then you can go to Mac OS and download accordingly. So now Skaffold is installed in your system. Let's create a Spring Boot application and let's see how we can use Skaffold to deploy and build our applications into Kubernetes cluster. So just go to Spring Initializer. Let's create a sample project over here. I'll just give group as com.dailycodebuffer Skaffold demo. My packaging is var type, Java version is 11, and I'll add the dependency as Spring Web dependency, and I'll add the actuator dependency. Let's create the project and open in IntelliJ IDEA. Okay. As you can see that my Skaffold demo project is created over here. Now let's create one controller over here. Okay, I'll just create main controller. I'll annotate this with @REST controller, and I'll create the one method over here. Okay, public string main return this app is deployed using Skaffold. Okay, I'll map this with get mapping over here. So here I have created simple main controller over here, and I have created one method on /main. We will get this service deployed using Skaffold. Now what we have to do is we have to create this Skaffold configuration, Skaffold manifest files. So we will be creating skaffold.yaml file, and we will provide all the configurations to it. So what we can do is, if we have any Docker files or any configurations files for our containers, then we can use Skaffold init command to create this skaffold.yaml file for our project. As we are not using any of the Docker files over here, let me go ahead and create the skaffold.yaml file for our project. So I'll just go to new, I'll create the file, I'll just create skaffold.yml file over here, and I'll add the configurations over here. So let me add the configurations for this skaffold.yaml file. So I'm adding the configurations for this skaffold.yaml file. So you can see that the configuration for this skaffold.yaml file is similar to what we do in Kubernetes configurations file, right? We have API version, kind, and all those information, right? It's very similar. So you can see that we have given the API version over here, and we have given the kind as config, as it's a configuration file for Skaffold, and you can see that we have provided the build information, how to build our application. So you can see that I provided build, and in artifacts I have given that my image should be Skaffold demo, as my project name is Skaffold demo, and you can see that I have given the jib information over here. So I will be using jib maven plugin to build our Docker images, to build our container images. Okay, so if you are not providing jib information over here, or if you are not using jib maven plugin to build your containers, you can directly provide your Docker file as well. So Skaffold will build your containers or build your images using that Docker file. Let's not complicate all this thing over here. Let's directly use this jib plugin in the maven and let maven handle the creation of the images. So let's go to the pom.xml file and let's add the jib plugin. Okay, so I'll go to the pom.xml file over here. Okay, inside plugins, I'll add the jib plugin. I'll add the zip plugin over here. So you can see that I've added the zip plugin over here, zip maven plugin with version this, and I've given the image name as scaffold demo. The same image I'll be using in my scaffold.yaml file. Okay, so now let's see how to build this scaffold. Okay, so let's open the terminal over here. So what you have to do is you have to go to the root directory of your project over here. So I'm in the root directory scaffold demo downloads. So here you have to give the command scaffold build. So scaffold.yaml file we have created. So based on that manifest file, scaffold will try to build our application. So there are many different commands as well. If you go with the help over here, so you can see that we have different commands over here: run, dev, debug, build, deploy, delete, render, init. So these are the different commands available in the scaffold. So let me clear this out first, and let's use scaffold build to build our application. So we'll wait for a second. So you can see that scaffold has started building our application. Okay, you can see that Spring Boot application is built. So you can see that build is successful. Okay, now one more thing you have to take care of is you have to make sure that your minikube cluster is started. Okay, once you see the status, minikube status, your minikube should be started over here. Okay, you can see that everything is running. If it's not running, then you can use minikube start command to start your minikube. Let me clear this out. In the scaffold.yaml file, we have added the build information. Now let's add the deploy as well. Okay, so we'll add one more information, that is deploy, and we will deploy using kubectl. Okay, there are different options available. You can use Helm also, you can use customize also. So there are different tools or plugins you can say available to deploy your applications into Kubernetes cluster. I'll be just using the default configurations over here, that is kubectl, and here we have to give the manifest. So here what I'm providing is all my manifest files starting with k8 is should be picked over here. So I'm providing this information. Okay, k8 is hyphen star. So whatever comes after star, all those files and starting with k8 is should be picked for my deployment over here. Now in the earlier Kubernetes videos, you have been seen that we have created deploy.yaml file and svc.yaml file for our deployments and services for our Kubernetes cluster. If you have not seen those videos, click over here and I'll add the link in the description below as well. So you can check that out as well. So similarly, we will be creating a deploy.yaml file and svc.yaml file over here to deploy our application as a deployment, and we will create a service so that we can access that application. So let's go ahead and create a k8s-deploy.yaml file and k8s-svc.yaml file. I'll go ahead and create the new file over here. I'll say k8s-deploy.yaml file. Okay, here we will define our deployment. So let me add the configuration so we are not wasting more time while typing everything. So you can see that this is the configuration we have added. My API version is apps v1, my kind is deployment, this is my metadata, my name of the deployment is scaffold demo app, label is scaffold demo app, and I'm creating 3 replicas. So 3 pods should be created for my application. The same way we have given the match labels, we created the template with the scaffold demo app, and here we provided the container specifications of my template. So my image name should be scaffold demo that we gave over here. This is the image, and the image name which we are creating is scaffold demo that we gave in our zip configuration, and my application is running on port 8080. So this is my deployment file. Now let's go ahead and create the svc file as well. So I'll give k8s-svc.yaml. So this is my service file. So this is my service configuration. I have given the API version, kind information, metadata as scaffold demo service. So your type I have given as a load balancer. I have given 3 replicas over here. So all those replicas will be load balanced. I have given the service port as 8081 and the target port as 8080, which I have provided over here. Okay, protocol is TCP and the selector I have given is scaffold demo app, which is over here. So this is my service file. Now let's go ahead and see how to deploy it. So let me go to the command prompt. So earlier you saw that we use scaffold build to build our application, and we can use scaffold deploy to deploy our application. But there is a command scaffold run which will combine both build and deploy both the stages. So let's use that command and deploy our application. So if you see over here, kubectl get all. So before starting you can see that we have nothing available over here, right? You can see that we have only main service, Kubernetes service available. There is no other resources or components available. So let's go ahead and deploy our application. So what we'll do Skaffold run, which will build our application and deploy our application. So you can see that build was already done, so it just deployed our deployment and services. Okay, so you can see that everything is ready. If I go over here and if I do kubectl get all, you can see that all the components are created. 3 pods are created as we have given 3 replicas, 1 service is created, 1 deployment is created, and replica set is created. So all the resources which are used to deploy our application and deploy our services are created using a single command. So it build our application, it deploy our application in Kubernetes cluster in our Minikube cluster what we have. Okay, so if you are using GCP or AWS and connected to your Kubernetes, then if your context is switched to that particular cluster, then all your application using this simple command Skaffold run, all the things will be deployed to that particular cluster. So it's a very easy tool to do the development activity for Kubernetes in your local environment or in any environment. So in our development environment, we try to do a lot of changes and we try to test all those changes very frequently. But when you are doing a Kubernetes development, it is a very difficult thing, right? Because whenever you are doing any changes, you have to build your application, you have to build your containers, you have to deploy all your containers, all your deployment activities, whatever it is, right? Whatever resources that are there, you have to deploy everything in your Kubernetes cluster and then you can test it. So it's not a very complex task, but it's a time consuming task. So what Skaffold provides us is a Skaffold dev command that is a very helpful command for developing Kubernetes applications. So what it will do is it will add the file watch to your application what you are trying to deploy in a Kubernetes cluster, and whenever there is any change in the particular files, it will try to rebuild and redeploy your applications. So let's see that as well. So currently what we did is we deployed everything using the Skaffold run command. So let's delete all the resources now and let's use this Skaffold dev command to build our applications and deploy our applications, and we will do some changes and we will see how it's behaving. So what we'll do, I'll just use kubectl delete deployment, kubectl delete service, and we'll delete this service as well. Kubectl get all, there is nothing over here now. Okay, let's clear this as well. So what I'll do is I'll add the watch in all our pods. Okay, kubectl get pods. Okay, I've added the watch over here. Let me go here. So my application is as it is, we haven't done any changes over here. Let's go ahead and do Skaffold dev. So it will add the file watch to our application and it will build and deploy everything. Okay, you can see that it automatically started everything, right? You can see that application is started. Okay, you can see that all the pods are running now. Now let's go ahead and see the services as well. Okay, so if I go over here to my Minikube service list, okay, you can see that this is the service that we have created, right? So let's start this service in our Minikube cluster. Let's create the tunnels. Okay, so what I'll do is Minikube service, spelling is wrong. Okay, you can see that my service is started, right? If I go over here /main, you can see that this app is deployed using Skaffold. Now if we do any changes over here in our application, Skaffold should watch all those information and it will rebuild and redeploy our application. So let's see that. If you go over here, okay, so you can see that currently this is the state in our command prompt. Okay, this is the watch state, it's still running over here, and this is the application. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some changes. We'll go to main controller and let's see. I'll change this information over here. This app is deployed using Skaffold dev. The moment I save, it will watch and it will start and build everything again. Okay, so you can see that here also you can see that change all the information. Okay, so you can see that the build is completed. Okay, you can see that all the pods are been terminated and created again. So let's go and refresh it over here. You can see that you're getting the latest information this app is deployed using Skaffold Dev. So this way you can use Skaffold Dev for creating a very easy workflow for your Kubernetes application. So it will help you to define a very easy workflow for creating and building your applications in Kubernetes. If you are using Spring Boot, if you are using any other programming language also, then also you can use Skaffold for your Kubernetes workflow. If you are using Spring Boot, then it's very easy over here. You can see that we just created scaffold.yaml file, and there we define that we are using zip plugin over here. You can also define Docker file over here if you are not using zip over here, and we created Kubernetes deploy and Kubernetes service file over here, and we define this manifest over here in our deploy, that this is the file that we'll be using. So it's very easy to work with Kubernetes and deploy your applications in Kubernetes when we have these awesome tools like Skaffold, right? So I will try to create another videos where I will try to use Helm or customize to deploy our Kubernetes application using Skaffold. As over here we have just used kubectl, the default configurations over here. I'll try to do that as well. If you want, let me know in the comment section below. So that's it in this video. If you have liked this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for the upcoming videos. Till then, happy coding. Bye bye.